Hello and welcome. Today is September 16th, 2025, and I'm here to do our weekly reading. So let's begin. If you're wearing headphones, please lower the volume. I welcome in my spirit guides and holy angels in the highest and greatest good. I welcome messages of love and light that bring healing and love to all. Please bless this reading. Thank you. All right, guys. So I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, this is the solar eclipse like weekend for this coming week. If you're interested in joining Sunny and I live, we will be going live on Sunday as opposed to the Friday. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's reading. Okay, so for this week, I would like to go ahead and use my tarot visions and also the Hidden Truth Oracle to see what is hidden from the divine masculine. And last but not least is the postcard messages from Spirit. Okay, so let's see. Dear Spirit and Holy Angels, can you please reveal to me clear messages in regards to the Divine Masculine Collective? Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy and vibration that needs to come through? What is the collective energies for the twin flames for the coming week, leading up to the solar eclipse that we will be having this weekend? What is it? What is the energy and vibe that we need to know? Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. So, masculines, they're trying to make a plan. So, which direction should the masculine go? So, masculines could be traveling at this time. They could be like going to different locations. Maybe this is car travel. This is like a plane, boat, whatever the case is. So, with this travel, there are some decisions that I feel that the masculine is going to make. Okay, so masculines could be choosing to revisit the past. Okay, so this could be towards the feminine, this could be, maybe with the karmic situation. So, it really depends on everyone's journey. So they're taking it slow. Okay, so this is good. Masculines, they're overcoming their obstacles. So honestly, what I'm feeling is that this is actually a really good week, guys, because if the masculine has been on this journey, I really feel as if there is a strong karmic completion by the end of this week. Okay. If the masculines are traveling or I feel like it's a final farewell or like a final um, situation where they're going to be wrapping things up with a karmic so that they can move forward towards the feminine. I feel very strongly about that energy. Okay, I see here the strength that, masculines have gained the strength to do the thing that they weren't able to do before in the past. And so here, masculines, they have like these choices and decisions that they're going to make about the third party. Okay, and if they're in a situation, they could be breaking up, they could be leaving the karmic situation, they could put an end towards that particular chapter, because masculines were avoiding this closure, okay, this ending, from what I can see. So now that the masculine is feeling more stable, um, I really feel as if, like, what I'm hearing is that the masculines, now that they're in this emperor energy, they really didn't know how to go about um, handling business, right? Um, they really didn't know. So everything is coming into fruition for this particular person. Okay, they have a lot of fear and anxiety. They probably couldn't really sleep, but what I'm saying is that they were holding back how they were feeling about having a new beginning. So honestly, guys, I'm like really surprised to see this. I've been doing twin flame readings for a very, very long time. For whatever reason, I really feel like for this week or this weekend, there are going to be major karmic clearings, major karmic endings. Like there's going to be endings or closures or, completions of karmic situations for whoever's watching this. If it resonates with you, there's something major that is actually happening. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So yeah, so what I'm saying is that the masculine's intuition, they're blocked, okay? Like they're totally more in the 3D. They're being very grounded. And so this is all about grounding their energy, like looking at things in a realistic way, letting go of the guilt, letting go of the shame of, the situations of the past. I really feel that this masculine is starting to open up. Like it doesn't make sense to have like their feelings bottled up inside. Like, this is like a purge, if you will. The thing is that they really feel like the feminine would not want this masculine after this length of time because of all the crap that this masculine has done to the feminine. Okay. So, again, not all feminines are going to want their divine masculines back, okay, because they truly have not been divine in the past, right? But if this person is coming to have a heart to heart conversation and is being authentic about what is going on in their life, I really feel that they have either finalized a divorce, separated from a karmic, the karmic situation, and this person are no longer a thing. Okay, so I'm also hearing that the feminine has nothing to worry about in regards to the past. Okay, point blank, period. It doesn't matter if it's that other person, it's whatever that has happened in the past. This is like a clean slate, is what I'm hearing. So masculines, they're ready to let things go, like to clear up the clutter, like clean up the baggage, like that's old news, is what I'm hearing. So again, feminines, if you're watching this, if you like had doubts, if you um really, don't think that the masculine would ever come back or ever leave the karmic situation, I really feel that they are completely done. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. So, how are they feeling? Okay, they're feeling sad. Why? Because there's a lot of stuff that's going on with this person. They're sad because they had to walk away. Okay, and they were feeling hopeless. Okay, so again, this is like not knowing what the future holds. Okay, they don't even know if divine feminine is wanting to take, this masculine back after all the stuff that the feminine has gone through. Okay, especially dealing with its particular masculine. I'm also saying that the masculine, they left the karmic situation because they were not completely happy there, and they were in search of their two of cups, which is, their cup and your cup, so that you guys can have the 10 of cups. Okay, because the bottom of the deck, I saw the 9 of cups, where this masculine, they really didn't know what to do or how to approach the feminine. Okay, but there's something that's missing. Okay, maybe if they've worked to a point where, okay, like they have a career, they have like mostly everything, but what they don't have is that divine love with divine feminine. So I'm also hearing that you actually help them to change, you help them to realize what they were doing, or what you meant. Okay, like maybe it took a long time for this person to come to a realization of some of those words that you had communicated to them some time ago. So right now, okay, we have your temperance, the wheel of fortune, and the king of cups in reverse. This masculine, they don't know if you want them back. Again, I keep hearing like they crossed the bridge. Okay, they because right here they're making plans, they're trying to make a decision. I really feel that they've made a decision to go forward. Okay, whatever that forward energy is, it's really different for everyone, but this person is feeling anxious towards the feminine because they burnt that bridge with the feminine at some point. But there is like some sort of karma, okay, because of the length of time that has passed between the feminine and the masculine. This person is learning patience, okay? So for the longest time, if you've been following me on my channel for since way back when, if you're still on the journey, like and you understand about patience, divine feminine has always been the patient one. Okay, they try to learn that they're more mature in that sense, spiritually, emotionally, more mature than the masculine. And then it took so many years for this masculine to level up to where divine feminine is. And I really feel like it's because the mentality of the masculine and the feminine are actually quite different. you know Feminines are more feeling, right? Not saying that the masculine energy, they don't know how to feel, but it doesn't matter if it's male or female, we all have this energy within ourselves, where it's the energy of receiving or the energy of giving. And so I feel like for the longest time, this masculine has been in the energy of giving, okay? Not really receiving as much, but giving. So now things have changed because the masculine realizes that they have overgiven themselves and they got nothing back in return. Okay. And so when is it a time for this masculine to start receiving? So there's this balance. So I'm definitely seeing that there is like this vibrational frequency that both the masculine and feminine are actually coming into alignment. Okay, it's not exactly perfect, but I am definitely feeling that there's a collective, a wave. Not every twin is going to go through this, but I feel like there's a wave of twins that finally you are going to come into alignment with your divine counterpart. You will both see like eye to eye where things have been, where they have gone wrong. There could be confessions, okay? There could be revelations. There could be like a knowing, not and I feel like this is like ego, right? Egos are going to be destroyed because of this energy. And I really feel as if like either the masculine, and it could be the feminine, whoever the case is, have thrown in the towel. They have given up. They're no longer fighting the fight, okay? Because it honestly feels like this is like a clean sheet of music, okay? They're no longer following the old story. Masculines are finally realizing that in order for change, they have to create a new story. Okay, and so in the outcome, yeah, masculines are really sad. So I feel like they're owning up to like their actions, right? They're owning up because of their ego. Like I said, this is like their ego got busted. Okay. They really don't know again if the feminine would entertain the idea of masculines coming back. Okay, they know that they were greedy for whatever reason it was in the past. Like they were only thinking about themselves. They were very selfish in that way. They could have manipulated the situation so that they made themselves look like, a certain way towards the feminine and also towards the karmic situation. Okay, at least that's what I'm hearing and seeing coming from the collective masculines. Okay, I don't think that it was like intentional. I don't think that they were aware that they were doing, but yes, subconsciously, if they quieted their mind, then they know their truth. But I feel like they were masking their truth just to make their physical situationship work, okay, and not the spiritual. Okay, they were not completely following their higher self, their spiritual self, and it took them this length of time to come to the realization of how wrong they were. Okay, so they really don't know because I see here the Empress that's coming here in reverse. They don't know if you find them attractive. They don't know if you still have feelings for them. They don't know if it's too late. They don't know if things have taken so long and have gone too far, you know, and I feel like this is through separation and choices and decisions that were made by this particular divine masculine. So they're trying to come up with some sort of way to communicate to the feminine, okay, by being friendly, about stepping up, like being courageous, um, like letting go of the past, letting go of the fear of confronting the feminine again. Like they're gonna come on strong, guys. Okay, they're gonna put on the freaking charm this weekend. Okay, that's what I feel. And yeah, there could be gossip. Yeah, there could be like talk. But they're trying to put it in a way where it's not going to be negative, okay? Because I don't feel like this person wants to come back after how many f ups that they've done before in the past. And at least they're coming in a little bit mature now. I see here the Knight of Wands. They don't think, they probably think with their part down there. But y'all know what I'm talking about, right? um they don't want to repeat the situation of the past because they realized that they weren't thinking too clearly. The only thing that they're thinking of, how are they going to make it fair for the karmic, but also for you. And that was always like the running story. So they're clear that, with this separation, it really puts this particular masculine kind of like in a place of instability. They're not feeling completely stable. Like, I feel like they're still trying to find their grounding or their footing about where their next step should be. So it's like looking for a way to find stability, whether that's a physical thing, a mental thing. Obviously, feminines, if you've been the one that was caring and always been there for the masculine, and whenever that they, messaged you, and then I really am hearing, and spirit is saying, is that now the feminines, they're realizing the patterns that has been going on, because this is actually karma too, guys. Okay, your relationship with your twin is karmic, not just the karmic of the other side. This relationship is karmic as well. Okay, whether or not you want to take it in a positive or negative, because karma is both, is not just good or bad. Okay, it's everything. because every action has a reaction. So I'm hearing that this masculine wants to come in and apologize. So they're going to, this is coming in very quickly. For some, you haven't heard from your divine counterpart and you could be hearing from them. Okay. They really don't know what to say. Okay. Um, but I see that they're coming in, they're single, they're free from the karmic energy. Okay. Yes, in the past, they've been a little bit immature, but they are thinking of the feminine at this time. So, guys, like, I'm not going to lie, I really feel like for this week, this particular masculine is wanting to make a decision to travel towards the feminine, to come look you up, find you, have the heart to heart conversation that you could be receiving, like a text message, a phone call from this particular person. That they want to see you, they want to visit you. You might see them after a very long time, that kind of vibe. I really feel like something has happened with the karmic situation where it's done, it's closed, it's not even a thing. um Even if they're physically close to one another, energetically, this is what spirit is saying. Feminines, if this is resonating with you and you're still having like these insecure thoughts about the masculine, about going back to the karmic, okay, what I'm hearing from spirit is like, don't even go there, don't even think the negative thoughts, because it's done. Okay, that's all you need to know. It is done. There's no more back and forth with this particular masculine going back to the karmic situation. Like that door is closed. Okay, guys, so if you want to book a personal reading, you want to double check and make sure, by all means, you can go to my website and book a personal reading. Okay, so let's see. So, Spirit, what is the hidden truth? What is the truth that wants to come through from this masculine collective energy? Yeah, look, it is time for me to heal now. So, they're in a state of healing. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Yeah, finding out the truth crushed me. They must have found out something about the karmic, okay? Like maybe the karmic was just holding on to them for their own personal reasons. Just like how masculines held on for the wrong reasons, right? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. So they are definitely thinking about the feminine, okay? Um, yeah, the timing just wasn't right for us. So there has definitely been a physical separation between you and this person. Okay, now they are thinking of you. Now, again, it really depends on where my feminines are at, on the journey, whether or not you want to take this person back or not, and you don't have to, okay? You have to really, everyone's situation is different, everyone's karma is different, everyone has a different lesson to learn from the karmic situation and also the divine counterpart. Okay, just because we call them divine doesn't mean that they are exactly that. Okay, they have to work up to that level of being a divine person, because in all they got lost along the way. Okay, um, and that's why there's so much trauma. Okay, this, like, having a human experience is very difficult as is, but the reason why we're all living is to learn from this experience that we have. Okay, so like, if you want to gain the essence of like the whole meaning behind your relationship with this person, and really thinking like, what have you gained from this experience? What have you learned from the karmic that was involved in your triangular situation? How can you show appreciation and forgiveness for, the karmic and also your divine counterpart. Once you reach that part in your life, then you have reached like a sense of wisdom, okay, where nothing like this would affect you because then you have learned your karmic lesson. Now it's time for you to gain the benefits and reap the rewards because you have overcome this, okay? I really truly believe that twin flame relationships is to help teach you a lesson, okay? Uh, like, especially from past relationships or situations where you have not learned from the past. It doesn't have to be a glorified romantic relationship, okay, with this actual person that you consider as your twin flame. Very few twins actually come into physical union, but it takes a lot of work, guys. Okay, it does not come easy. Twin flame relationships are not the easiest. The easier ones are the soulmate relationships, which, in my opinion, are better. Just saying. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is the message, what is the postcard message that Spirit wants this collective to know. So, Spirit, can you please shed some light on what does this wave of twins or divine counterparts or soulmates, whatever reasons that you've decided to watch this reading, what is the takeaway message that the viewer needs to know at this time? Thank you. Okay, so we have, dearest you, we have a secret for you. The more you think, if you're willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know it all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be discovered only by the curious optimist. Okay, so be optimistic, guys. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you might not even know you have right now, whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all aspects of it. You need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true. So, moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know. And that's interesting as you keep your mind and heart open to the new experiences and richer existence overall. All of us over here want you to be all that you can be. So this is really like deep, right, guys? If you feel like you've come to a place where you know everything or you thought you knew everything, then if you really do feel that way, you don't know the 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 bottom of it, right? Because once you come to the realization, there's actually more. Like, this is a case of you have to give it up to the universe. You have to trust. You have to, believe that things happen for a reason. Like, if it didn't happen between you and the divine counterpart, it's because there was some sort of karmic situation that needed to be like learned, because it was their karma. Okay, very similar to the relationship you have between you and your divine counterpart. It's karma. Okay, what have you learned from the situation? And just think about these thoughts and let it go, because the more that you hold on to an idea or thought, it could change. So be in the flow. Don't make it like a permanent understanding, because you might get one aspect of it, but there could be more to the story. There could be more to unfold. Like, there could be more things that you can learn from the situation. That's what I have, guys. So, you know, if you think, it's very Virgo like, to be a perfectionist. And even for myself, I'm a Virgo rising. I have learned this week that you cannot control everything as much as you've planned to make things perfect, there could be something that you did not see that could throw a monkey wrench into the plan. Okay. And so you have to like trust and see like why did X, Y, and Z happen? Because I have a feeling that there's going to be a major breakthrough this week. Okay. Um, you're gonna find a little bit more that you did not know before. And if that happened to you and you're watching this, like make sure you comment and say, yes, that actually did happen, because I'm very curious to see like what actually unfolds, from now into the end of the weekend until next week. Okay. So I really hope that this was helpful. Let me know. Thank you all for watching. And again, if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so at www.scorpiomoonintuition.com. You can also follow me on IG as Scorpio Moon Intuition. I hope y'all have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.